This is Fuzzy Road to Health, and I'm Fuzzy D. So today is August 4th, 2023. I'm going to be giving you an update on my health status. I've been doing some struggling. Let's talk about that. So as of a couple days ago, my current weight is 322.2 pounds, and I'm down a total weight of 218 pounds. So I've actually been struggling with my thyroid for a while now, and it's causing a couple of issues. Number one, it's basically stalled my weight loss because it's affecting my metabolism big time. So unfortunately, it's one thing that carnivore doesn't seem to be healing. My thyroid was very badly damaged. Not a lot I can do about that with just carnivore, so I've been trying some different things. The other issue that it's causing is it gives me pretty nasty diarrhea. Now, for the longest time, I thought it was because I was eating too much fat, so I kept trying to change the amount of fat I was eating, and it just wasn't changing. When I did a little research and then got the test results from my last blood work, I saw that my thyroid was even worse. Now, I had been supplementing with iodine, or specifically potassium iodide, and I started with a couple drops a day and then was slowly increasing, and at first it seemed to help a little bit, but that was pretty short-lived. I had actually gone up to an entire milliliter a day, so like about 25 drops a day, and my thyroid was worse than ever. Now, my doctor, of course, he wants me on Synthroid medication. I made a deal with him. I told him, look, let me try some things, do some more research. Once I saw the research about iodine, I didn't really look any further. So now that I know for sure it's not going to work, I'll try something else. And if on my next tests I'm not getting any improvement, then I'll accept your medication. He kind of knows by now that I'm very anti-medication at this point. If you've watched any of my videos or interviews, you know that I used to be on 19 different medications with all kinds of nasty side effects. Now that I've gotten so healthy, I just don't want anything to do with medications if it can possibly be helped. I understand that there's going to be times where some people are going to continue to need medication. Type 1 diabetics are a good example. They've had so much damage to their pancreas, they're never going to be able to get away from it entirely. However, on carnivore diet, most of them can reduce their need for insulin by 50 to 70%. They'll also get rid of having all those swings up and down all the time, and quite possibly save a limb in the process. It may be that I'm going to wind up having to take medication for this, but I've been trying some other stuff with mixed results. So if you watched my last vlog, I talked a bit about the fact that I was trying this new mixture of 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, a tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar, and a pinch of Himalayan salt. I was taking that like 3 times a day, and then if I needed more or felt like more, because it does help with inflammation, which it helps my back. Sometimes I would take more, but then I wouldn't include the apple cider vinegar. I'm limiting apple cider vinegar to only 3 times a day. Using too much of it can cause some issues. So at first it seemed to be helping quite a bit. The diarrhea went away in a couple of days. I went back to my normal, poop every couple of days, a little smaller than normal size. And that seemed to be working pretty good. I was starting to lose weight again. However, I realized I was reacting to one of the ingredients at least. Wasn't sure which one. So my feet were getting all swollen up, retaining fluid. There wasn't any pain, but it was definitely causing retention of fluid. And my skin started breaking out again. I've got 3 different autoimmune related skin diseases, and the one that I've always suffered from the most, which is psoriasis, it was starting to act up again, and I was getting breakouts all over my face and forehead and in here, and my eczema was starting to flare up on my elbow. I knew I had to get that sorted out, so I eliminated one at a time. You know, at first I eliminated the ginger for a few days, but yeah, that didn't help my skin condition any. The swelling started going down on my feet a tiny bit, but it was still there. I went back to using ginger and I eliminated the turmeric. The swelling went completely down on my feet after a couple of days, and my skin's been slowly clearing ever since. So obviously it was the turmeric that was causing most of the issues. Unfortunately, the ginger doesn't work quite as well as the combination of the two for my diarrhea. So I'm still getting a little bit. It's not as near as bad as it was before I started all this. I would certainly like it to be better. Typically I'm taking it 3 times a day. Sometimes I add a 4th. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll start switching to taking it 5 or 6 times a day and see if that settles it in. My weight's still going up and down a little bit. We'll see if that settles down after a few more days. I am going to start researching something else that I can add. I have to be careful. You know, one of the best ones for the thyroid is ashwagandha out of Africa, but that's a nightshade, so I can't touch that because that'll flare my arthritis within an hour, and I certainly don't need that going on. I'm going to have to do a little more research. If I can't find a combination that will keep my metabolism operating correctly, and which will take care of the diarrhea as well at the same time, if I can't accomplish that, I may be forced to go on the Synthroid. Now maybe over time, you know, 2 or 3 years, maybe that's going to have an effect and heal my thyroid. But for right now, my thyroid definitely needs help in some form or another. I'll never give up. You know, even if I have to go back on medication for that, I'll never give up trying to get off the medication. I'll just give it some more time. Now, right now, for some of you who might be wondering, I still eat pork. We did finish up the last of the homemade bacon, and I'm not going to be getting any more. When we're done with the pork we've got in the freezer, because if you watch my videos, you know we butchered a whole pig that we got from a farmer. When we're finished that pig, I'm not going to get another one. I'm going to stick with ruminant animals. We just made a deal. We had actually, I'm a bit of a prepper, or my wife and I are a bit of preppers. And at one point we had, you know, a couple of years worth of food storage, but, you know, standard American diet type food, mostly freeze-dried. You know, over the last few years, we've used a lot of it up, but we still had a fair amount left. And it was stuff that we're not going to be able to eat anymore. As of August 1st, my wife has officially switched to full carnivore now as well. So we decided to make a deal with some friends. We're trading the canned food for, well, we're selling the canned food for some cash, and going to take a little bit of meat in exchange, and that'll be ruminant meat. So that'll be nice. We've got enough room in our freezers now for what we're going to get from them. And then come spring, when we get our tax refund, we're going to invest in probably a full side of beef. These same folks that we're making this deal with, we're probably going to split a whole cow with them, and we'll each take half. So that's going to be where we really save the money. So I'm going to be, you know, looking, once we've used up the pork, I'm going to be looking to go full lion diet. I know that some people who had some residual health issues that they couldn't quite get rid of on the more standard carnivore got better success by going full lion diet. That's going to be the next thing that I do, but we need to use up the pork. I'm not going to let that go to waste. So update on our move. I don't know if I mentioned last time, but we have been given what our apartment is going to be. We've got the apartment number and the address and everything. They're assigning parking, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be a much nicer space for doing my YouTube videos and stuff. I'm not going to have all this junk in the background that I do now. Hopefully we'll have access in the next few days, and we can start moving stuff over a bit at a time. And we've got some help lined up for the last Tuesday of the month to get the rest of the major stuff moved. So hopefully we'll be all settled in actually a couple of days before the end of the month. So I just wanted to mention kind of my highlight of the month is today I participated in a live stream on the HomeSteadHow YouTube channel. So it's still going on right now. They're doing like a 10-hour live stream. I think I was in a holding pattern for about 45 minutes, and then I was on for probably about an hour or so. Spent about a half an hour kind of telling my story and what carnivore has done to me, that kind of thing. So they're actually going to be producing a movie. It's going to be a documentary about carnivore and how it helps people. If you want to check out their project, you can find it at www.carnivoredietmovie.com. And I actually applied to be in the documentary, and nothing's for sure, but it's looking like I'm probably going to be in the documentary, but that's not a for sure thing. He's got a lot of traveling to do, and it's going to depend on how much funding he gets. That's part of what they're doing today is raising money for this project. They had to spend a lot of money on getting a fancy camera because they want to be putting the movie on Netflix or one of the other streaming platforms, and they required a certain level of camera equipment. They were able to get that camera equipment, but now they need to raise more money so they can go around and actually do the filming and pay for travel expenses, that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea when the movie's going to be coming out. They've got a lot of work to do, and then I know post-production of that quality takes a while to do. We'll see what happens with that. I'll kind of keep you posted if it turns out that I actually get filmed to be in the documentary. I'll let you know, just kind of keep you posted on the progress. So I want to thank all those who did watch me on the documentary. If you're seeing this now, I really appreciate the fact that so many people jumped onto my channel and subscribed. Again, I went from like 107 subscribers to 152 subscribers in about an hour. I really appreciate that. It's going to help me get the message out to more people. That's a wonderful thing. If my story can help even one person, doing all of this work to make these videos is definitely worthwhile. And I want to give a shout out to those few people that I've been coaching and giving information to that have been finding success on the carnivore diet. You guys rock for making the choice and choosing health. And we'll keep helping you out as best we can. So I just wanted to also let you know I've started a new group on Facebook called Fuzzy Carnivore Coaching. So if any of you are interested in that, if you're looking for actual coaching, I'll be coaching the group of people for free, of course, on that group. And you're free to go and make posts and comments and that type of thing. And I'll be making posts there on a regular basis. And if there's those of you that want some individual coaching, one-on-one, either face-to-face or, electronically through Zoom or something like that, I'll be making that available as well. I may have to start charging for that. That's going to be part of what I'm going to be doing to create some income so that when I finish up with the back surgery and I'm healed up and I no longer qualify for disability, I need to have an income in place when that happens. So that's going to be part of what I'm going to be doing for that. If you want to support this channel in other ways, I've always got links down in the description for products that I like and use. Full disclosure, they are Amazon links, so I get a tiny percentage. But you still get the same great price you would normally get. My next video is coming out. I've got a couple of them planned already. I've got an experiment I'm going to be doing with a beautiful brisket I got from a local butcher shop. This is a beautiful AAA brisket, which is equivalent to prime if you're in the States. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a while before that video comes out, but I'll be starting the process tomorrow and filming the initial stages. Another video I've got planned that'll be coming out in the next few days is on the subject of, are vitamins necessary for the carnivore diet? And I'll be specifically addressing the issue of scurvy. If you enjoy these videos, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you coming here. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.